Hello. You ever have those games? Get into a game, they pick that one unit, and you're just like, bro, I don't want to have to deal with this today. Because that happens to me all the time. Now, if you had a skill issue, you would give up, but you still got to fight them. So what are these units, and what makes them so annoying? Today, I've got a list of 5 units that I absolutely hate fighting, and the reasons why. Not necessarily, okay, you'll see not necessarily that they're good, although a large majority of them are, okay, but they're just extremely annoying for one reason or another. In RTA, you see this unit, your day's ruined, okay? They're annoying to fight, they cause issues for your draft, they cause issues for your game plan, and yeah, these units in general, they're not fun to fight. So let's go over these now. The first one, now you may be surprised that I've even got this on the list entirely, because I don't even know if this is extremely annoying to some people, but this is Smicer. Smicer, for a long time, has been a pain. I mean, months ago, we had people questioning whether or not it was okay. It hasn't been nerfed, so it seems like, yeah, people thought it was okay. But it doesn't change the fact that this unit is still extremely annoying. The biggest problem that I have with this unit is its proc impact. Now, this is, in theory, supposed to be a single target, you know, you strip something maybe, you silence something, and you bomb it, okay? You've got a bomber who does silencing, it's a very good unit, okay? But because of that proc impact, you can easily strip silence 2 units and still have your turn to do whatever you want, okay? Because of the fact that it's got healing, means that it's got solo potential. Solo potential is incredibly annoying. It means even if you've brought checks to this unit, you know, you've made sure that you've got something to shut it down, it can easily shut those down with a couple of good procs. One pushback that you miss, one reset that you miss, one stun that you miss, and it's got free reign over your whole team. Even if you stun it, even if you reset it, passive still brings a lot of value to the field. Now, on top of all this, I feel like I didn't go into this enough. It has a bomb. It can bomb you. It also, on top of this control potential, it's got damage potential. It is a strong counter pick unit. I don't think it's very influential on the current meta. It's not being thrown around. I see this more as a counter pick. Most of the time, forces a major reaction to shut it down. I mean, one of the best ways to deal with this is usually Vero. Vero is very good against this. If you don't have Vero built for some reason, I guess you could try Juno. A lucky Smicer has the potential to shut down a Juno with good procs, especially if it's like a 2v1, you got a Juno. Ideally, you'd want that Juno to win, but Smicer's keeping its ally alive. Maybe its ally does a little bit of additional damage. Doesn't even have to be a strong damage dealer. It's just an annoying unit to fight, but it's not too bad, so I've got it here at number 5. Okay, here at number 4, this is probably one you're more likely to expect. This is Ragdoll. Ragdoll is a unit that we all love fighting. I mean, seriously, its passive is ridiculous. It invalidates a large number of units in the game just by existing, okay? But if that's not enough, so you're basically anything that crits, you're good against that. Any multi-hitters, AoE multi-hitters, you're good against that. You're shutting them down completely. On top of that, it's not a passive totem, and it actually does its own thing. Even after they got rid of the reflect damage, it still lives everything. It's very hard to one-shot this unit at times, unless you're bringing something specifically to one-shot it. You know, something slow that has the damage potential to do that. Setting that unit up in the first place may be difficult, but some would argue that it's worth it to shut down a Ragdoll, and I would maybe agree with that. And on top of that, it's got massive damage potential, especially with a proc. A proc from a Ragdoll can kill a squishy unit easily. Usually it can't do it on its own. Maybe it can if it's super squishy, but if you've brought a unit super squishy that gets one shot by a Ragdoll, you probably deserve to lose. But a proc, and it can easily take out a squishy unit. It's ridiculous. It brings way too much to the table. I wouldn't say it's broken, but I don't know. It counters a lot of things. Next up, number 3. This one, I would argue, is not even a very good unit. It's okay. I mean, it's a good unit. Is it influential on the meta? No. Is it something you should probably build a team around? No. But the Wind Pure Vanilla Cookie, man, this unit is pure stall. Now, if you know anything about me, if you watch my streams, I hate stall. It is just extending games beyond how long they should last, and it's not even realistically a viable strategy. You're not going to win a lot with this strategy because the game actively punishes you for trying to run stall strategies. You know how your attack goes up and your HP goes down over time? It's done specifically to stop that kind of behavior. And yet some people still bring it. Basically, one of the biggest problems I have with this unit is actually when people draft it poorly. It can be drafted effectively. You're probably going to need some good damage alongside it. Otherwise, you're just going to have nothing. She doesn't do a lot on her own. She sits there and puts shields up. She does healing. She doesn't do a whole lot on her own, and she definitely acts as a support for other strong damage dealer units. Now, the problem I have with this is when people pick it as a healer with 3 other healers, they'll maybe bring 1 or 2 damage dealers. It's very easy to beat, but it can take a long time, and they're just wasting everyone's time. That's why when I see this unit, I don't want to fight it. I would love to leave it. I don't want to give them the satisfaction, so I will play it out. So people drafting this unit poorly and just bringing it as stall, as put it this high on the list. Next up, we got a very relevant unit to the meta right now. I don't know how well this will age, because I suspect this unit will get nerfed, but we have the water fat guy, as I like to call him. This unit right now is absolutely OP with a completely stacked kit. It does everything. I'm 100% sure that the fact that everyone was running Cigar a couple months ago was keeping this guy in check. Now he's a little bit less common. He's still good. He's still picked a lot. Okay, I'm not saying Cigar is bad, but because Cigar is not on every team anymore, this guy has a little bit more reign over the RTA meta. Okay, so he's got healing, he's got CC, he's got damage, survivability, all in one kit. All of that combined with the fact that he does not have high rune requirements, okay? He's got a high base speed, he's got high base HP, and that's all you need. You just need HP and speed on him, and accuracy, obviously. When you see this thing, you know you've got one unit that does everything in one slot. You're gonna have to deal with it. Luckily, it doesn't have any annoying passive sort of anti-control measures, so you can control it like that. But this guy has insane proc potential. He's seeing a common trend among some of these units. Proc potential is very annoying, okay? His cooldowns are so short. So if you reset him, he can get his skills back very quickly if you haven't shut him down. Or maybe, you know, you've reset him once, but there's also 3 other units on the field you got to control too. Can't keep everyone controlled a lot of the time. And even say he's done his skill, his proc a couple times, in 2 or 3 turns, he's got all his skills back because his skill cooldowns are so short. This unit, it's the stacked kit. It's the stacked kit combined with the low cooldowns. It's ridiculous. And when you see this unit, you know, you haven't taken it. They've taken it before you do. You're not going to have fun. Next up, before we get to number 1, okay, I've got an honorable mention. Now, many of you may have thought this was number 1, but it's not, okay? Haegang. Haegang, I didn't even want to put him on the list, to be honest with you, because I feel like a lot of the complaints I hear about Haegang, a little bit of a skill issue, to be honest with you. Against certain teams, when drafted well, Haegang will win games, 100%. He will do that, okay? He's a very specific counter to a particular playstyle. Used to be a lot more popular, but Haegang has sort of helped weaken, which is good because this CC cleave playstyle used to be very, very strong. Okay, it's still strong, but Haegang's kept it in check a little bit. When you play RTA, you need 100% a plan for Haegang. Doesn't matter how meta he is, how meta relevant, he will be there as a counter pick at all times. You need to have a plan for Haegang. If your draft instantly loses to Haegang and you didn't plan accordingly beforehand, well, to be honest, you probably deserve to lose. And for that reason, I cannot put Haegang any better than honorable mention, but I did want to bring it up. Okay, now for number 1, the most annoying unit to fight is Zenisek. This is an absolutely insane counterpick unit. I mean, seriously, there are some strong passive totem LD5s that act as counterpicks. One that comes to mind is Seimei, but the difference between Seimei and Zenisek is that Zenisek actually provides value beyond its passive. Okay, it's already got a ridiculous passive, and on top of that, it's got a bomb, okay? And it's got healing. On skill 1, you can reset it, it still provides value with healing. I think the only real way to shut this down is to either have like a full team of units that just don't care, in which case they've drafted Zenisek wrong, or you need to have you need to kill it. You just need to kill it. There's no other counterplay. You gotta snipe it quickly if it hurts your team. It absolutely forces a change in your strategy every time this unit hits the field. If this unit is picked as a counter pick against you, you have to change your strategy. It's as simple as that. It's gonna force you to change your draft or your game plan. Something's gotta change because it is so strong. And another thing is, for the last couple metas, the last couple of units that have been very strong, meta-defining units. Zenisek has been strong against all of them. It was strong against Cigar. It's strong against Byung-chul right now. In fact, it's a straight-up counter to him. It's good against Oliver. It's good against Chandra. Zenisek has just been a counter to whatever the meta has been. I don't know if it's just worked out that way, or if generally pushback is very strong, and usually the meta unit will have something to do with pushback, as of recently, at least, and Zenisek absolutely shuts it down. It's ridiculous. I think that this unit is 100% the most annoying unit to fight. But what do you guys think? What do you think are the most annoying units to fight? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I know there's a couple I've missed that probably could be on here. For example, Tian Lang. All right, that's a big one. But yeah, anything that you think you want to add to this, leave it in the comments. Until next time, I will see you guys all later, and have a good one.